Hey there, I'm redoing a video that I did once already, and I decided the format was really rubbish, so I'm gonna get rid of that video. It's not actually gone live yet, but I started going for my fanzines, and looking back at it, I'm just sitting here like reading the fanzine while you're watching me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you the zines that I'm gonna show off in this first episode, and then I'll turn the camera around and actually point at the bloody fanzine so you can actually see the fanzine. So I'll just show the covers for now. So Lycos. I think this was from like Liverpool way. This guy did quite a few. Sam or something his name was. Yeah, there's another Lycos scene. There's these little newsletters inside as well with reviews. This is a Parasite fanzine. Not the greatest of cover art. Rather weird back cover. Working with tomatoes. I don't understand it myself. Right, Violet Night, issue number 1 from August 96. Right, here's a Resplendence newsletter, number 2. I think this was from Germany. It's got Deutschmarks as one of the prices. Right, here's another one of Lycos, number 6. I think I might have been interviewed or reviewed in one of these at some point, but yeah, I can't remember now. Right, there's I'm not going to show you this. You can see the back of it. Yeah, that was enough. If you'd just seen it through the sun for it, was probably enough to get this video a strike. This one, The Creature Preacher. This is like t-shirts and stuff somewhere in Philadelphia, USA. And it's like, I think it's like a Christian metal thing. The Creature Preacher, and everything's inside is about Jesus and fighting the devil. I think it might be from my mate who's a Christian death metaler, who used to live with me for a while after he left his wife. But anyway, yeah, and he's just been a mate, going back for years, and I actually was in his band for a while as well. He was in a band called Paradox, and I did some vocals for one of the demos. Now he's in the Paradox lineup. Apart from me, split up, became Bloodwork, who are awesome, although they don't record very often. Right, this is another guy from the metal scene. Rob Filth was his name. He used to be in a band called Throw Bricks at Coppers, TBAC, a punk band that are on the scene, and also he used to do these Viz type comics. You know, the old, like in the art style of the old British kids comics, but with like crudity, like Viz and Zit, and I don't know, there's some other ones with those names, similar kind of silly names. I actually did a video of him just recently because he just brought out a new comic, AI art, like a more serious kind of style comic called Kimbergoth. Where it's just basically AI art, but it's good, it's interesting, it's fun, it's not too expensive either. Maybe I'll leave the link, or you can check out the Kimbergoth video if you're into comic books. Let me just do what I was going to do, is to show you the cover to start off with. Got a horrible sun coming up behind me. I'm trying to block it out, but it's not working. Get my head in, no, trying to get my head in the way. Why am I not? Oh, get closer. That do it. No, I don't know. You got some sun in it. Well, that was Spunk. That wasn't that wasn't a heavy metal fanzine at all. That was just like a underground fanzine, and I don't know how I got onto them. But this was all screen printed as well. Every single page was like, the pages are like they're like folded over, so they sort of screen printed the ink. Like they must have made I don't know how they do screen printing. They make some kind of frame, I don't know, with a pattern on it of how they want it to be, and then they just put ink over it, put the paper on it, and print that kind of thing. So this is a real blinking labour of love and passion. And for some reason they was asking for fanzines from around the world, because they was burying fanzines as a time capsule. So my fanzine, I think, is buried somewhere in Death Valley. One of the copies of my fanzine is buried in Death Valley somewhere, thanks to this person from this interesting. Most of it's letters. There's like most of it's just letters to Violet, the writer of Spunk. It's a weird name. And yeah, and then there's some ads. What else is in there? It talks about the time capsule and the process of, and there's like a zine gallery, very sort of short, I suppose, chats about fanzines, you know, just tiny little reviews. I think my one's in one of them, and it just says heavy metal fanzine, very gory. I think that's all it says, and I'm like, mine's not very gory, to be honest, but fair enough. Maybe to her it was. But yeah, it's interesting. It's underground kind of fanzine, not metal underground. Right, Intoxicated. I think this was this the one with the bloke called Graham Finney? No, this is John Redfern. That's right. He used to be in Evoke. I think he was either the guitarist or a singer from a band called Evoke. But I think he did this along with, Graham Finney was the other guy who did this with him. Yeah, this is a UK fanzine. Used to be one of the big names in the fanzine sort of fanzine verse, whatever you want to call it, back in the day. This is one of the UK fanzines, along with Lycos and Crypt and Drunk and Disorderly for a while, and Steady Diet. There was a lot of food-based ones. Rancid Soup. I think Rancid Soup might have been a Maltese one. I can't remember now. Is Rancid Soup the one that... No, Rancid... Oh, fuck, I can't remember. Anyway, this is probably my earliest one that I ever bought, Iron Fist. I seem to recall being on a canal boat holiday, and we were somewhere along the canal, somewhere in, I don't know, I haven't got a clue where we were, and and I saw this like on some kind of shop, but it was on a counter. I don't even remember it being particularly like a music shop or anything. I can't remember what kind of shop it was, but anyway, they got interviews with Celtic Frost in here, Ice Age, who V2, Coroner. I'll have a little flip through that in a minute. Well, this is a weird one. Seems to be called Doggio. The cover's a bit suspect. Let's hope I don't get told off for it. The back's just weird. I'll let you digest on that if you can work out what the heck it means. Right. I've got a Turkish fanzine called Marzen. Marzen? Yeah, Marzen. This is Marzen number 3. Exhumed, Imperium, My Garden, Arctic 7 AIDS was a label from Norway that tried to sue, well, it threatened to sue me, because they had a band called Suffering from Norway on their label, and we were Suffering in the UK. And he said, he actually sent us a Suffering CD and said, change your name or I'll have my lawyers on you or something. And I just ignored it and never heard from him again. And I think the label went tits up pretty soon afterwards, because I remember reading an article online, a blog post about it years later. Apparently he kind of really overstretched himself and made promises he couldn't keep, something like that. Don't quote me, I'm just slightly remembering. Well, this is the Crypt fanzine. This is from Scotland, I think. And I'm sure there was, because I'm sure that later on, I think this one called Greg. The other day Greg. I'm sure I remembered his name the other day when I was thinking about it. His surname, Greg Whalen. I think his name was Gregory Whalen. And he was one of the big in the xenosphere back in the day in the UK. This is his first issue from January 1995. He's got interviews with Acheron, Cerebrum, At the Gates, Evoke, Sadist, Corpse, Putrefy, Cataclysm, Desecration, Dawn, Imanis, Lacerator, and Uncanny. And so you've got Beavis and Butthead in the front there burning down a church. A few addresses on the back for some labels and stuff. Wrong Again record, Nuclear Blast. Right, this is Silence Diary. This is a very pro-looking one. Certainly much more pro than any of the British ones. But later on, there was another Crypt. I'm sure Dale Patterson, who went on to do the Cult Never Dies company that brings out books. I'm sure that his fanzine was called The Crypt as well when he brought it out. So there was 2 Crypts at one point in the UK. I think I could be wrong. Maybe I'm confused. But we'll come to Dale's fanzine later on. I've got it in the old boxes. I'm sure. Let's have a look. Does it say where this Silence died? I'm pretty sure it wasn't British. But has it got an address on it? Oh, Czech Republic. That's very, very toply well done. I'm not Englishing very well today, but it's definitely toply well done. This one, it's all prim and proper and shiny even. It's like woo. Right, and there's another Intoxicate. This is issue 13, the end of an era. So I believe this was their last one. But maybe I'll turn it around and try and give you a flip through of some of the insides. Right, this is going to be hard to do at arm's length. I'm not going to show you the whole blinking thing, but you can see it's your standard sort of style of text from those days. This is the days when computers were like well in their like infancy. Home PCs weren't really around till a bit later on, I don't think. I remember my first issue, we did on a typewriter, my first issue, and then we got, for the second couple of issues, we had a, what were they called, word processor. We had a word processor for a while, and then finally got a computer. I had a little win at work on the lottery, and I bought a computer. Yeah. Various reviews and stuff. I won't go too far. Just a little flick. There's a picture of Gra there. Odorous Urungus. Silence Diary. Have a little flick through this. Thine, Agony, Menhir, Abyssos, Depressy, Nagalfar, Covenant, Godria Zine, Forgotten Silence, Ancient Ceremony, and Diapocalyptic Rita, and whatever it's pronounced. Yeah, Godria was a cool fanzine as well. Kryn from Godria, I'm sure, although I don't quite know this, I think he was in... Oh, fuck me. I can't remember the name of the band, but I think he was in a band. But it was like kind of like Secret School kind of band, and they never sort of said who the actual people were. So I'm pretty sure at one point the guy from Ericite was in there, Mr. Fogg from Ericite. Meads of Asphodel. There you go, there's Godria. Interview about Godria, and this is the kind of artwork he used to have in all of his fanzines. Lots of people being chopped up and talked in all kind of weird ways, and lots of strange stuff. I think I remember having a Godria fanzine and leaving it out at work when I was working in the post office, and my manager's a Christian fella, and he saw it and he was like, I don't think much of that. Words to that effect anyway. So this is quite a good Vine. I think they're from the UK. I think they're from Yorkshire or Lancashire, somewhere like that. Somewhere up north. If it's the same Vine I'm thinking of. They had an album out, which I believe I have. I think they might have played at the Brandy Club once. I don't quite want it though. I don't think I interviewed them. Rob from Drunken Disorderly. He was a cool... Rob Spain. Drunken Disorderly scene. Was he doing a scene report here? Yeah, he was a cool chap. He disappeared. But yeah, he used to come down to Brandy Club. He was a nice chap. I liked him. Good young fellow he was. Right, let's have a quick look at the crypt. This is another old school kind of fanzine. Acheron. I think this is, I often wonder, these are probably like interviews conducted by post, because this is quite a few of these will be in the day before, you know, emails. My first interviews with bands, I'd go to a gig at the Brandy Club and take a sheet with like 10 or 12 or whatever questions on it, give it to them along with a self-addressed envelope and stamped envelope, and they'd fill out the answers and send them back to me. That's the way I used to do interviews back in the day before email. And when an email came along, it was so much better. You could just like do more. You could do one question at a time, and you could link, you know, questions to answers, that kind of thing. So yeah, the email was great for doing fanzines. But then you got the internet, of course, and then everyone did fucking shit online, and like the fanzine became obsolete. There was is it Ave Noctus or Ave Noctum? The fellow who did it just died recently. Oh man, I can't remember. Pete Woods. I think it's Ave Noctum. And I remember once I was selling my fanzine, and he was like, "Oh, these are so old. These interviews are so old. You should do it online. Check out my website. It's all online." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, thanks, Pete. That's fucking hours. It's fucking months of hard work I put into this." And all you can tell me is it's out of date. Thanks, pal. You're a real treasure. But yeah, sad loss. He was I don't know. He was kind of one of those fellas. I never want to call him a friend. He was someone that I saw at gigs and always said hello to. You know, that's like most of the scene, to be honest. I don't say I've really got any friends at all, really, in the heavy metal scene. I've had a few over the years, like bandmates or whatever. Who again, bandmates aren't really friends either. They're just like people you literally bandmates most of the time. Oh fuck me, I'm in the back here. You've got yeah, you see. I don't know if you can see this. What is this? Oh, Marzen. So this is a scene report I did for this. This was a newsletter. Let's have a move this so you can see it. See, it says up top here, grey area. Obviously, anything with me has got fucking my name in it. I'm sorry, there's no time for introductions. I've got so much to write about in this. The first joint newsletter brought to you by the Pulse Kentucky Fried Afterbirth scene. The Pulse and Kentucky Fried Afterbirth scene. I think he just reprinted a newsletter that I did, actually, rather than it being a scene report. Although it does mention a lot of bands on the scene at that time. Yeah, I remember doing this one. Dusty Filed, Anedonia, Crawl Space, Syrian Orchard, Beyond Fear, second demo, Emanophis, Death to Dead Things fanzine, I think that is. Yeah. So yeah, that was interesting. I didn't know that was, I'd forgotten that was in there, to be honest. So there you go. This is a really weird one I showed you already. Let's move this back a bit so you can hopefully see it a bit better. But this is the cut, right, as well as strips in there, which fuck no, that doesn't make any sense, that strip whatsoever. It's like an acid strip. This one, it's cut and paste job as well. They typed out the writing, cut it out, and then pasted it over some background images. And it's really it's like I say, like an acid trip. It's fucking one bit reads this way, another bit reads this way, that reads that way. You know, there's a review of Dark Heresy's Diabolus in Musica demo. Some other demo reviews there, or some kind of reviews anyway. My shadow's getting in the way of the bloody wall thing now, but look at that, that's so hard to make out. I don't know who did this even. Rings no bells. I don't know if there was ever another one. I don't know if I ever saw a second issue, but this is definitely kind of an old school cut and paste kind of job. Typewriter, I say, find some interesting backgrounds, paste there's another weird weird thing. Look at that, that's hard on the eyes, that is. Sucked by drug vampire. Nosferatu. What's this? Live soundtrack performance. There's a flyer there of some sort. I kind of think I want to sit down maybe and... Oh, war dance. This is a different war dance, I'm sure. Acrimony, Hymns to the Stone. Great Welsh Stone of Doom. Hash smoking etiquette. There's an article on hash smoking etiquette there. I think you'd always wanted to know about smoking the old marijuana. The old Mary J, don't you know? Not something I really engage in. And there's that weird back power. Let's have a quick flick through Iron Fist. Yeah, that's the kind of metal I never liked. That kind of hair metal. I don't know what band. Oh, is that not Celtic Frost in the fucking... Is that the last Celtic Frost, Cold Lake? That looks like Tom G. Warrior. Oh, that's a very, very unfortunate time in metal, that was. Confusing times. They were the worst of times. They were the most confusing of times when Cold Lake came out. Metal Messiah, Reanimator demo. Reviews here. Sanctus, can't say there are any bells. Vinyl Views, Striper Review, Omen Atrophy, Femme Fatale, Guns N' Roses, Realm, V2, Ice Age, they were cool. They were a Swedish woman band that lived in Grimsby, I think, or Wigan or something. Dave Lee Roth. I did a quiz night the other day, and like one of the picture round was all tied in with Movement or something like that, and I couldn't remember his band that he was in. I can't remember it now. Van Halen. That's right. Types of Transport. So Van Halen. I saw his picture, and I said, "It's some fucking glam metal band. I recognise that fella from somewhere." And he was at the first gig I ever went to. He played Monsters of Rock 88. That was the first gig I ever went to. I got one Dave Lee Roth album because he was playing at that gig. I never fucking liked it. But yeah, I was really annoyed that I couldn't remember that he was Dave Lee Roth and the band was Van Halen in this picture round. But anyway, Venus Love Boys. God, that's a disaster. Halloween. EP Scan. EP Reviews. Sacred Reich. Surf Nicaragua. One of the best EPs ever. Accuser. Experimental Errors. I've got that as well. What else is on here? Gangrene, I Ate One Before You. But anyway, that was a little look at Iron Fist. Let's have a little look at Intoxicated Extreme Metal Fanzine issue 2. So I've got issue 2 and I've got issue, was that 12, 13, something like that. Coercion, Death Fest, Evoke, Morbid Symphony, Desecration. If you've looked at my demo videos, you'll recognise a fair few of these. There's some reviews. Unleashed Victory got 8. Extreme Noise Terror got 9. Dying Fetus got a 9. Oh, is it? Yeah. What else is on here? Morbid Angel, In the Woods. Interview with Waylander. Irish Thrash. Celtic Thrash. Folk Thrash, that's how you call it. Esoteric. Extreme Noise Terror. Here's an interview with my band Suffering. I must admit, selling your demo for as little as possible is a great way to get a band's name around, and here is a band I've been receiving quite a lot of flyers for. John recently spoke to Gray from Suffering, and here is that interview. Spelt my name with an A. I always spell it with an E, but never mind. Okay, could you tell the readers about the band? Well, the main core of the band, guitarist Trevor, Mike and vocalist Grab, have been together for ages, but due to lots of bass and drum problems, it's only now that things are starting to happen. And they are happening thanks to the release of a Tangled Web of Despair demo. Anyway, we were so pissed off only being a band in our minds that one night down the pub I convinced Mike and Trev that we should record a 4-track tape with a drum machine. That attracted the attention of Joe, our best drummer to date, and we let my big brother Grant have a bash on bass, which is pretty much true. Not an awful lot of questions there. I think I end with a joke. Was this the one I end with a joke? I can't remember now. Oh yeah, what do you call a rabbit with a bent dick? Fuck's funny. There you go. I'm a funny fucker. Asking me about the London scene. Okay. Nothing really interesting in that interview, to be honest. Some reviews. There is a review of my compilation, Cold Grand Dead compilation tape. I did start doing a compilation tape separately from the fanzine. Then later on I put them out in conjunction with each other, which is why the Cold Grand Dead compilations numbering is different to the fanzine numbering. So I think I was given that compilation number 7 with fanzine number 8 or something like that. Or it was the other way around, I can't remember now. So what's this about my compilation? What a cracking compilation tape. This contains 19 of the best underground UK bands at the moment. It features all your basic black grind doom death bands. So if you want to check out the UK scene, then look no further than this tape. It features bands like Beyond Fear, Evoke, Hexecution, December Moon, etc. All the tracks are decent quality and the cover is professionally done. And there's my address. £2 it was. £2 you could have got a copy of that for. Actually, I might put my compilations up on my channel. I should do. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's it. Nothing else to show there. God blimey. Right, let's have a little flick through Spunk. Spunk number 7, Silkscreen edition, 128 of 400. So it's all like brown paper with like quite easy to read lettering still. Think for yourself, based on revolutionary self-theory. Yeah. So there's rather a deep-looking article there. Freedom fence. Government rules ban thousands more species. So some interesting, like zine time capsule. So this is buried in the desert, Joshua Tree, California. This is a description of how it was done, how it was all wrapped up. It's my one. I don't know if I made the first time capsule. I can't remember. Let's have a look. I think I might have made it into the second time capsule. But not many of these were heavy metal fanzines. Yeah, I don't seem to have made it. So the next time capsule went to Death Valley, California, and I'm pretty sure that's where my one ended up. So sometime in the future, someone's going to dig up my fanzine and probably say what a load of shit like everyone did. Right, here's my fanzine review in this one. Kentucky Fried Afterbirth, heavy metal fanzine, very gory with microscopic type. Then it's my address. That's all it said. Thanks a lot. It wasn't, well, no, tell a lie, the type is fucking was microscopic, and it's even more fucking microscopic now. There's a little envelope in there, so if you wanted to write to the, and then all this is like letters. That's interesting. Interesting, a great work of art, to be honest. All the effort they put into putting it all together. Right, is issue 5 of my mate's Filth comic. It's back, it's bad, it's bollocks. Oh no, please, mercy. Not another issue of that awful and horrendous filth. 70p it was at the time. So a quick look through. There's dog shitting on the floor. The rotten revival of repugnant humour. Baby bastard was one of the characters. You can't see it because it's too big to be able to see, I think. Let's give you a little close up of some of it. It's Winnie the Pooh. Bertha Twill. Oh, she fired babies out, basically. Bertha Will, basically. Bertha Twill, Bertha Will. Lionel Lame and his walking frame. Very silly. Crap Allen. Crap Allen. Young cartoon boy Alan Brown was unfortunate to be born with no interesting comedy feature. With crap Alan pranks and japes aplenty, are never around the corner. With crap Alan, yeah, whatever. Cassette, yeah. So, Andy Ample and his urine sample. The pregnant woman. Yeah. Some colour. Right, let's colour in this one. This is number 4. I need to carry a look and see if I've got 2 and 3. I mean, yeah, 1 and 2 on there. I've got 3, 4 and 5. Right, I won't bother going through it anymore. I don't think these are still available. But his new comic book, Kimbergoth, is available. Check out the video on my channel. I'll try and remember to put a link to it at the end, but don't. Yeah, if I forget, I forget. Right, Lycos. Quite a pro little one here. This may be just when computers were starting up, a little bit later than the really early ones where it was all done on either cut and paste or word processors or typewriters. And this is later on when yeah, you've got more technology to make the fanzine look good. Right, Resplendence newsletter. Reviews, Sargoff interview, more reviews, advert for Agathocles on the back. Right, Violet Night, issue 1, April 96. 7-8 interview, Scottish Doom Death, they were cool, they played down the Braindead Club a few times. Valet Crucis, I vaguely remember that name. Cannibal Corpse interview. Right, this is killing my back, so I'm not going to go too long over this. Oh, my back's killing me. Right, this is number 10 of Parasite fanzine. Skanksian, these guys played at the Royal Standard a fair bit, and I see them play a few times. They weren't great, but they were like the only sort of band, heavy metal band I sort of saw seem to play there often, so I saw them a few times. I think the best thing they did, if I recall correctly, unless I'm not confused, I might be confusing them with Concrete Gerbil. Concrete Gerbil was another band that used to play down the stand I used to see a bit. And even one of them had finished off with a cover of Motorhead's Ace of Spades, and it was a cool cover. But I'm not going to show you any more Lycos. You got the idea from the first one. And then the last one I'm going to show you then, my back is killing me, my arms are killing me, shoulders killing me, my arms are bent, my eyes are old, and thingy bobs and whatever are bent and knackered. Yeah, so look at quick looking creature. It's some art, some words. Basically telling you everybody how great God is and what a awesome bloke he is, and how the devil exists, and better watch out for that devil because he'll make you, I don't know, suck off your dog or something. I don't know. Who is Jesus Christ to you? Serve the Lord or be cut off. Rock stars are like gods. Let's have a read of this. Musicians are powerful influences upon the mind of the masses. Rock stars are like gods. They are worshipped by their fans. Worship me, my fans. Oh, he's so awesome. You rock, dude. Burn the churches. Kill them all. Children of darkness, united by hatred, we fall. Cool music. TV is a one-eyed god through which the gods mesmerize and brainwash their victims. Satanism dominates the majority of the underground world of heavy metal. We declare war upon Christianity. Satan represents indulgence instead of abstinence. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. You are your own God. You are your own God. That was a demo by Evoke, I think. A bag of Evoke. Slay the virgin girl. Sacrifice her. In the last days, God is sending forth metal warriors who will counter this disease. So he counterattack this disease. Since his childhood, Troy's lifelong dream has always been the same. Someday I'm going to have my own band, and I'm going to have my own TV show, and we're going to show those prisoners of deception the truth. Godly bands from all around the world will be featured on the show, so the metalheads all around the globe may know the power of God. Let's check out some music videos. Whoa! Praise the Lord! I'm rocking for Jesus with love in my heart. Alright, mate, alright. I don't know about you, but I'm converted. Young man, the word of God shall set you free. Yeah, that's enough of that. I already said my back was hurting, and I'm going to get a sore throat if I have to read that out. There's a cool Jesus Christ t-shirt for you Judas Priest fans out there who may decide that you want Jesus instead of Judas. But anyway, that's just some weird little things from my... let's go back onto me. Oh, I'm knackered now. Some weird little things from my fanzine collection. I've got loads more fanzines, which I will get through in future videos. You don't really get many fanzines anymore. I don't know if there are still. Every now and again I see one, and yeah, they were cool. But taking it from someone who did about 8 issues of their own fanzine, it's a lot of fucking work. Very, very little appreciation, and certainly no profit. Anyway, I'm fucking off. Cheerio, and I'll be back next week with another fanzine look.